Go many Giuv. St. Patrick here, and given the strange times we live in, this year's blessing will look at the thorny issue of debt. Now, the debt crisis is indeed a global one, but there's nothing so Irish as the promissory note. The promissory note is shrouded in mystery, back in the mists of time. But let's try and look at what it really is about. Well, with the story of the promissory note, you have three parts. There's the Irish state, that's us. There's the banks, Anglo-Irish Bank and Irish Nationwide. And then there's the Irish Central Bank. That's where we print our money. Of course, they used to print punts, but now it's euros. Now, way back in the mists of time, back in 2008, the Irish government decided that the Irish people should be made responsible for the debts of the 6 major banks. Now, this became a spectacular problem when Anglo couldn't pay their bondholders. So they came to the Irish state, that's us, asking us for money. We in turn gave them a giant IOU, or promissory note, that allowed Anglo to go to the central bank and request over 30 billion euros. So with this IOU, the central bank then gave them the 30 billion euros, which Anglo used to pay off their bondholders. Now, of course, all the bondholders are paid off. That's great news for them. It's very bad news for us, however, the beginning of the nightmare, in fact, because now we must pay Anglo the 30 billion euros from the promissory note so they can then repay the Irish Central Bank. Over the next 20 years, this 30 billion euros will be repaid, and in fact, with interest, it will be substantially more than 30 billion euros. Approximately 47 billion euros, in fact. Now, just to recap, this year alone, 3.1 billion will be paid to Anglo, who will in turn pay the Irish Central Bank. 3.1 billion euros. That's more than the cost of running the entire primary school system for a year. So, on the 31st of March, this 3.1 billion will go from the taxpayers to Anglo, from Anglo to the Irish Central Bank. So what do the Irish Central Bank do with this 3.1 billion? They burn it. That's right, they burn it. The money is removed from circulation. So the Irish Central Bank magicked this money into existence, 30.6 billion euros, to give to Anglo to pay the bondholders. But we will repay them real money, real taxpayers' money, which will then disappear. It will be taken out of circulation. Effectively, it goes up in smoke. So, people of Ireland, I ask you, is it right that we should tolerate this serpent of illegitimate debt? Should we not instead stand together and banish the promissory note from the green emerald shores of our fair nation?